Alright, let's do this thing. Play it. Okay, so Mom on like console is not a horrible game. In fact, there's quite a lot of it about it that I actually like when I think about it. It's just been so long since I played it. Mom on DS is awful. Oh, I have that on apparently. But duck. 100% is the worst 100% category imaginable. Well, that's why I won't play it at 100%. Level design is amazing. I remember not minding like the way it, like the only thing about the gameplay I really disliked was how heavy on backtracking it was. It's probably the most backtrack heavy open world game I've ever played, which is really what kills it. But like, ignoring the fact that it is very much not like anything like a Crash Bandicoot game, like as its own thing, really not that bad. Nukester, are you saying this off of knowledge of like the actual 100% category, or just assumptions off of what it takes to 100% the game? Never played Titans on console. Titans is okay. It's just really... Titans gets really, really dull after a while, and it gets pretty BS in later levels, I feel. Like, you just get overwhelmed. I don't know. Oh my god, I still have OG muscle memory. Also, the dialogue in Titans is like super cringy. Like, it's really, really, really bad dialogue. But like, Titans actually is pretty, or not Titans, Mind Over Mutant's pretty funny. Yeah, like I legitimately have no knowledge of like Mind Over Mutant 100%. Like, I would defer to Pete or Beta on how 100% actually is in that game, because they've done it. But also, their runs are from years ago, so maybe it's really just not that great. From the experience of 100% mom co-op casual, it's not fun. Alright then, 2 people have said that, I'll take their word for it. The any percent category is sick as shit though, it's like 35 minutes long and they like sequence break everything. I don't remember if I watched like Beta's any percent run in its total entirety, but like the bit of it I did see. It was crazy. Apparently Titans any is like really hard, but it's also like a 2-hour any percent, and I'm just like, ugh. I don't know about that. Oh boy. Easy. Yeah, I love how in NST the turtle goes so far that I can actually be killed by that thing. Oh, is there quality settings? No, you can get quality settings. Just gotta get me partner. We'll have quality settings all the time, and I can stream in 1080 without repercussion. Titans and Mom are expensive on Amazon. Everything's expensive on Amazon. So you don't buy used games on Amazon. Go to eBay. Or like any retro game store. Amazon price gouges like fucking everything or emulate it. I feel like you'd only be able to reliably emulate the Wii version. And you'd have to be able to use like a Wii remote or like some type of motion controls. Oh, speaking of which, the version of Mind Over Mutant that I own is the Wii version, so that's what I'm gonna be playing. I don't need to get that in this version. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I forgot it's on PS2. For some reason, I thought it was on PS3. Oh yeah, it's also on PSP. Forgot about that. So it's like on everything but PlayStation 3, which was like, lol, get fucked. Oh, fuck off. It's gonna be on PS2. I think the thing is that like Titans and Mom came out at that point in time where like, yeah, the PS3 was out, but it sucked. Like it hadn't, like the slim version hadn't come out yet, which was like the good PS3. So like nobody wanted a PS3, so they just made it for PS2. It was like pretty early into the 7th gen. So like 360 and Wii were established, but like PS3 was still trying to like find its footing, and PS2 was still like outselling it. Which I think is mostly a testament to how good the PS2 was. All things, like memes aside, the PSP is like a nifty and powerful little thing. It and the PS Vita, technologically, like, fucking stellar. Just didn't have a lot of games on them. Like, both of them were definitely stronger than like the DS and the 3DS, but the Nintendo consoles just had stronger game pool, I feel. PSP is better than Switch. I don't know about that one. I don't know what I'm getting that for. I don't know about that one. I have a lot of respect for the Switch. I hope this has Rolling Stones first. Or second, rather. I didn't actually check that. I should learn to do the scenery things here. Have I ever played the Narnia games? Nope. I've only ever seen The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe in terms of movies, and I only read The Magician's Nephew because I didn't realize until after I read it that the order they try to publish as the correct order is actually wrong. Because later editions publish it in chronological order, which is stupid, apparently. Because I feel like they should probably be read in publishing order. It's like that stupid bullshit that Square Enix keeps trying to shove down our throats with the way to play the Kingdom Hearts series. Like, they keep fucking trying to tell us to play 358 Days Over 2 before Kingdom Hearts 2, and I'm like, no, you're dumb. Days like fucking spoils shit about KH2 also is the thing. Like, it's nothing like that's particularly shocking or groundbreaking. It's like, oh, Roxas is sore as nobody. I could have guessed that like 15 minutes into the first game. Or into Kingdom Hearts 2. But like, yeah, the first game, Roxas isn't even that. But it's like they say it blatantly at like at many points in Days. And then, like, it's supposed to be, like, somewhat of a reveal in KH2. Okay. Maybe I could have made that. I think I can be a bit more daring in this level than I usually am. Not this, though. I'm pretty sure this cycle is just like the moment I get to it. It just goes off. I just really wanted the life. No, thanks for your luck. Congrats on being undefeated in this year's 1545. Oh yeah, also legitimate congrats on ESA. That's sick. Oh, if you want a commentator for HP1, I got you. SGDQ games list is revealed tomorrow also, I'm pretty sure. It's online, Orphle. Nobody's going anywhere right now. So Wingo, when's your grand return to all gems, the greatest category in all of video gaming? Real chill hours right now. I don't know who this COVID guy is, but I wish he'd stop fucking shit up. That was good enough. I mean, it wouldn't hurt to have two commentators. Shit didn't even gold. I need to, like, actually see how that's done. I know, like, that's, like, you damage abuse on the second one, but I need to figure out how to do the last thing. I mean, there's nothing stopping you from coming back to it, Wingo. It's also the perfect length for you, Wingo. It's sub 120. Where the chroma at? Oh, that's a short use thing. I don't want to overkill that. Rack is better than Crash? I disagree. Oh. It was hideous, and it was beautiful. It was hideously beautiful. Yeah, man, look at that. Look at that, that world record. 116.26 by, Ray Bandicoot, aka Jamie, because that's what everybody calls him. Sub 120 speedruns are always based. It is a good length. Like, honestly, it's not a bad length. Like, sub 1 hour can be, like, a bit too short sometimes. But things get really long after, like, an hour and a half. Like, my limit is generally, like, 2.5 hours is probably the longest I would want a run to be. Which is, like, 108. And even then, 108, like, by the end of 108, you're fucking drained. I wasn't even sure that was gonna work. I don't know why I went for that. I tend to keep more runs of 108 because I'm more consistent at the category. Like I feel like I'm really consistent at 108. Also, like the first 20 minutes of 108, I have a 208 because it's a 2-hour category. Like, I feel like the first, like, 20 minutes of 108 is honestly pretty easy. It's also kind of boring, but it's, like, pretty easy. Like, the worst thing in the first 20 minutes is Orient Express. Hello? I think I'm supposed to enter this level maskless. I should actually watch, like, top level runs in this category, because I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. Although that seems pretty useful. Why does that one not break? Wasn't too bad. Yeah, I'm not fucking with that. You are more incensed to keep bad beginnings of longer runs, though, all things considered. Like, the fact that cam resets like so fucking much in like 108 and 102 like honestly boggles my mind. It's like it's fucking 2 hours worth of run. There's so much you can just make up later. You know how great it is to not hob slide on these fucking ropes for once? Also, shoutouts to having to actually do this level twice, big rip. I'll be honest, like, after I, like, got into the swing of OG Crash 1, prepping for the 1545, I really started liking it again, and I kind of want to do more of it. In Power Mod Orphle, you can hob slide on the ropes, and I've been doing Power Mod runs of this, which is, like, infuriating as shit. Oh, Cam's very ambitious about his runs. I can't even do this bonus round right now. I don't know what. It's a good thing I didn't need those masks, and I'm gonna lose them after this, because that was really fucking idiotic of me. No, this is not Power Mod Orphle, this is regular Crash 1. But, was that really 14 seconds? Fucking hell, dude. Yeah, no, Cam has really high standards for himself. I think he's been getting better at it. Like, he'll take like slightly bigger mistakes than he used to. Like I remember like the first time he was grinding for 102 to like get record from deep. Like he'd make mistakes in like warp 1. Like he'd die in warp 1 and just reset. Even though he could probably lose like 2 minutes in warp 1 and then still get record. And I was like, look man, it's Crash 2. You just gotta learn to like accept it sometimes. Like the game's just brutal. And like at the time he told me, he was like, well with what I'm trying to go for, I just can't accept like 50 seconds of time loss. And I was like, I mean, I get you, dude. Like I know you have that long-term goal, but like you gotta think of like the small steps in between. Like yeah, I wanted like 208, but like I didn't like get tilted by the fact that I ended on like a 210 because of Bud Light. I was like, I mean, small steps. You gotta remember the goal, like the little small accomplishments in between. Like I think it's like, for me personally at least, that helps my mindset a lot. Like I think the part where I really started struggling in OG Crash 2 when trying to grind for 119 was when I started thinking of like 117 or like 116. I was like, oh, I'm capable of this, so I want this. And then like I would start getting frustrated when I was like on 118 pace or whatever. And I'm just sitting here like, I have a fucking 120. Why do I care about that right now? Stream title also says when I'm running, so there's that too. Honestly, I think part of the reason I PB'd during 1545 yesterday was that like I had zero expectations. I wasn't like, okay, I want this time, I want that time. I was like, I just want to finish the run and have like a solid run, and I did. And it ended up PBing. It was pretty great. I wasn't sure if I could make it. I probably could have, but... Thanks, Maggie. I was very, very happy with that, hence the gigantic pop-off. Even if it was like a 10-second PB and it wasn't even 118, the fact that it was finally a fucking PB after a year, and it was the run that mattered. Like that's why I was so excited for it. What the fuck? What? Oh, I know what it is. Now it's just me being bad. This is not on. I know I can Wingo, but like again, at the same time, I'm not trying to think that far ahead. I know fully well what I'm capable of, but when I start like immediately reaching for it, that's when I start getting frustrated. Dude, nice life. Yeah, there's like a minute of time save in just Barrett by itself. I should not do that. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter because I don't do qualifying anyway. Oh, wait, no, I do want to do that because that mask is right there. I always forget. There's like 5 million. Oh yeah. Someone's getting close to your record. No. And, oh, I love seeing other people improve at Crash too. We know. I was trying to think of a funny one where it's like top is like OG Crash 3 or something. And it's like, lol, this game sucks and isn't as good as everybody remembers. No! And then like the NST people below it, this game is really buggy and doesn't work properly. We know. Yeah, you deserve a break, Yellow. Like, honestly, that's like one of my favorite things about running so many different Crash games is that like, if I ever feel the need to take a break, I don't feel obligated to continue just because I don't have anything else. Like, I feel like at this point, I don't even really have a main Crash game. I just play all of them. And I feel like I'm kind of just known for playing Crash games. Yeah, going from like 2 to like 130x it's wild. It was some fast improvement, dude. It reminds me of me. Very stylish, just like me. Yo, when am I gonna win Chamber of Secrets though? Sad you ended up next to Hypno. Okay, maybe you should PB one more time. Yeah, it's a really hard, really fast-paced, and really unforgiving run. Yo, Sonic, I'm doing alright. Finally get to play all gems, because 1545 is done. Been wanting to do this one for a bit. Yo, look at that fucking boomerang rock going on. Yo, what's up, buddy? I actually don't mind like two of the games you mentioned, Mikey. Like the only ones I actively dislike are Boom Bang and Bash, and then I'm very on Titans. I enjoy Purple. Like I don't think Purple's a bad game. It's not a good one, but I enjoy it. Fuck you, Koala Kong. That cart was not in front of him. Oh, I should change my name on Twitch back to Purple. Might play on this. Hell yeah. I don't learn 108. Yeah, that was some garbage, dude. GPU isn't working. Yeah, like the GPU for some reason is like one of the biggest deciding factors on like how well the game runs, because thanks, I guess. Gave you proper treatment today, 216. I mean, like one of my D-Rust was a 218 body, and then I shot out like a 215 with 3 minutes lost in G-Wiz because of a crash. Like, resetlists in that game are fickle, because even though I feel like you can become very consistent now, usually mistakes in that category are huge. So, it's a fickle beast. 108. Depends on how good the PC is, Sonic. My PC was like 1200, but I also made sure it was like really, really high end. That's such a cool bonus, and then it's followed up by the other bonus in this level, which is absolute trash, so... Your PC is 2200. You know, well, Mikey fucking plays hardball, it seems. Oh, I was looking into, like, monitor stands, so I could, like, go for that quad monitor setup I was talking about yesterday. I might have to look into this a bit more. The one I was specifically looking at, which was, like, the one Mikey mentioned was out of stock. But there's like other options. I need to also make sure they work with my monitors, and then I have to buy 2 more monitors. So my 4th monitor has a tangerine in the background though. It could. What does a man use 4 monitors though for? I have no idea, but I just want to like flex and show people how big my cock is, so you know. Some real big dick energy. Both of my monitors are 60 Hz, but that was an intentional choice because I speedrun this game. Yo, fuck heavy machine, man. Why is this shit terrible? It's so easy in OG! That man sure has a large penis. Look at that. Look at that gold. Time for the electric fuckhouse. Oh boy, I lose 30 seconds of this. You know what that means? My PB fails this skip. Sounds about right, Sonic. The thing I've gathered is that a lot of things in like Brazil and South America are just like way more expensive for whatever greedy reason. I mean, I don't think they care if you like do like casual swearing. They just don't want you to be like fucking sailor mouth and saying like fuck, shit, cunt, ass, dick like every 3 seconds. This might have been a questionable choice on my part. Oh, is it gonna suck? Oh, it's fine! Woo! You know, actually, this way is probably better so you can actually snipe that enemy in NST. In OG, you can't.
Let's go!
Thank you for the follow. I'm sure that was the end result of that big dick energy I just showed in Cortex Power. Damn, yellow. Yo, look at that gold, though. I am a gamer. Big PP energy. Dr. PP. The song slaps and nobody will convince me otherwise. That being said, I still hate this level. I always think there's a ton of bonus token there. It's fucking here. Okay. Fine. I'll be honest, Sonic, I don't know the specs off the top of my head. I do know it has 16 gigs of RAM. That much I do know. My graphics card is an AMD Ryzen, I'm pretty sure. Something AMD. I'm not a computer savvy person. Sir Dad helped me build my computer, and like he basically literally did all of it. He drew up the parts list, showed it to me, he said, is this what you want? I said, I don't fucking know, you tell me. And then I bought it and he built it. True friendship. And then I bought him Subway for his troubles. Yes, that's what I have, Mikey. You come in and watch someone speedrun Crash every day and you love every second. It's because Crash speedruns are fucking dope. This song also fucking slaps, but I don't think anybody disagrees with me on that one. I don't know. People really, really like OG Generator Room music, and I've honestly never cared for it. It feels like really, really empty and like barren of a song. It fits the atmosphere of the level perfectly because it's a very creepy song for a very creepy level. But I don't really think it's that good of a song. The pre-console version, on the other hand, is amazing because it has like so many instruments that are missing in the final version. And it's so much more substantial of a song. But like NST Generator Room, I really, really like it. I like the tempo, the feeling, like the entire vibe of the song is great. And like it would not fit in the original Generator Room. It would not fit the creepy vibe of the original Generator Room. But like NST1 as a whole is a much like more brighter atmosphere of a game. Like it matches, it's a much closer match to like 2 and 3. Like the tone of Crash 1 NST is very different from the tone of Crash 1 OG. So going with the tonal shift, I think it fits very well. You remember my GPU because of the problems I had with HP1 PC? What a legend. No, I just realized Pinstripe has a very long nose. Go boop his snoot. Get booped, fucker. Don't ask me why that hits him. Can we Photoshop Crash 4 Cortex's nose on Pinstripe? What animal he's supposed to be? He's a Potteroo, which is why his name is Pinstripe Potteroo. I'm not saying that in a condescending way. A Potteroo is not really a well-known animal. but that is the animal he is. I feel like as a whole, NST1's music, while it's not really as atmospheric as OG1's, and therefore overall OG1 soundtrack is probably better, I do think it's a very good fit for like NST specifically. Oh, I'm questioning this. Okay, it's fine. Hello? Yeah, I need you. Fuck. Yeah, they're all Australian animals, and they're all marsupials, I'm pretty sure. I think the first animal that's not a marsupial is actually Dingodile.
Let's go!
Because, like, Crash is a Bandicoot, that's a marsupial. Ripperoo is a kangaroo, which is a marsupial. Koala Kong is a koala. I think that's a marsupial. Yeah, Tiny is. Yeah, people think Tiny is like a Bengal tiger. He's not. He's a Tasmanian tiger, which is a marsupial. But the actual name of the animal is Thylacine. Also, they're extinct, which raises some questions about Cortex's morality. As if we had to wonder whether or not Cortex is a moral human being. Ah, fuck off. Yeah, that's what makes us question Cortex. Not the fact that he wants to take over the world, or the fact that he made a fucking, like, Bandicoot equivalent to Jessica Rabbit. Prepare the female Bandicoot. Prepare her for what exactly? Are we allowed to count Engine as an animal? He's a human. Well, he's part human. He's a cyborg. Whoa, that fucking worked. Okay. That did not look like it was gonna work. I've never played on Sonic. The only Ubisoft game I've played is Pets 5, and it is a significant downgrade from Pets 4, which was not made by Ubisoft. Shoutouts to PF Magic. Real stands know PF Magic and Pets 4. Greatest pet simulator game of all time. Nintendogs ain't got shit on it. It's like King Midas, but everything it touches turns to shit. No, that's Nathan Drake. You were right. Everything you touch does turn to shit. Dude, I should replay Uncharted 2. I replayed Uncharted 4 like a couple years ago. It's been a while since I replayed Uncharted 2. You guys ready for what is in contention for worst bonus in the game? Okay. That wasn't too bad with a slippery climb. This is just evidence of like how little I play all gems that I'm just like randomly just like getting golds that are big. Big dick gold energy. I should do secret ending also because the run of that I just like shat out was like really not that good. Oh, I forgot something. I need the fucking clip from 1545. I fucking did the end of this level in the dark because I got hit, and it was the first time I'd ever done it. Look, man, Cortex had the budget. He didn't have time to hire dusting people. I never really took this category seriously, Sonic. This was always a category that I really, really liked, but never really put aside time to learn. Kind of like what I did with 108, where like I liked it, but I never really ran it. It's kind of like this. So my run's really, really not optimized. But now that I've kind of like exhausted all the NST things I want to do, I'm like actually giving this category the time I've wanted to. Like the only other thing I kind of want to grind still is 108, but I can legitimately look at my 108 time and say, yes, that's good. So even though I know I could get a better time in 108, I'm not really hard pressed to. Didn't I exceed my expectations with 108? I mean, sort of. My initial goal with 108 was I wanted to get what would have been Were at the time, which was like a sub 209 or like a mid to low 209. Because that's like when I went back, that is what the record was. But then Cam was grinding at the same time and he pushed it down to 206. And I was like, I could get that, but I don't really want it. Like my biggest goal is I wanted sub 210. But then, like, when Bug Light became a thing, like, that became more feasible, so then I wanted a sub 209, and I got it. So my end goal was really, like, 208, for the most part. And, like, I could definitely push it more, but I'm, like, less inclined to. Because, like, before, when I look at my 108 time, I was like, that's not good. I look at my 108 time now, I'm like, that could be better, but it's good. Like, for people to beat that, they're going to have to work for it. Is how I view it. All gems isn't exactly 100%. Percent completion is kind of wonky in this game. I should have done this on the later one. Yo, Sage, thanks for good luck. It's essentially the equivalent to OG's 100% category, though. It's kind of like the homage to it, where the goal is to just get all 27 gems and then go to the secret ending. Am I planning to go to MTG on Tuesday? Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm probably gonna play Adam Emancipator this time. Just like messing around with it, I think I still might like it more than Dragon Link, even though it can't play hand traps. That's actually probably why I like it, because it can't play hand traps. It feels more comfortable. Oh, fuck off. I don't have a mask, do I? Oh, no, I do. Cool, let's fucking go. Oh, fuck you. Yeah, so I think the optimal thing is damage abuse on the second part of the Cortex bonus, and then damage abuse at the end of that. I think is correct. Yo, Snom, thanks for good luck. But yeah, I think when you get all gems, the final percentage ends up being 102% or like 101? Something like that? I don't remember. Are we moving spots because everyone seems to want to go there all of a sudden? I mean, for Matt and me, it's just closer. Or it's like, it's a roughly the same distance, and there's like more competition there at the moment, I would say. Like, I'm still down for going to respawn. I don't think Peter is planning on going anywhere at all, just because he doesn't want to risk getting his dad sick, which is like fair. Also, the only reason I'm like even willing to go to MTG is that their precautions to make sure everything is like not infected is extremely good. Like they went really out of their way to make sure everything was fine. Three years of Crash NXT and it's still a cool game. It's gotten cooler with time. Like, the fact that a lot of like when this game came out, like so many like OG runners just like gave it like nothing but disrespect. Was like, wow, it's just like a worse like OG trilogy. And then like now, whenever it's talked about, a lot of like the really old veteran runners are like, yeah, it might not be my thing, but I respect it's a really cool speed game. Like, it's a very good one. And it's definitely like its own thing. It's not a lesser OG trilogy. It's just unique. And I'm glad that I see that mindset now. Because that mindset definitely wasn't there 3 years ago. Yo, Dad, thanks for that. For one, you're not allowed to handle your opponent's cards unless they let you, but they probably shouldn't do that. You are required to wear a mask at all times. I can do that better. And every single table has a dividing like plastic barrier between the players. So basically the simple bare bones things, but very effective. It's not like it's the fucking Wild West or anything. Oh, well, that's not how I wanted that to go. Lab's gonna be scary now. Yo, if I hit that last hot pipe though. But yeah, I was enjoying playing Dragon Link, but I feel like, for one, it's kind of fragile. Like, it does one thing, and like it can handle some disruption, but not too much. Like, Nibiru fucking dicks it. I like that it can play hand traps. Like, that's nice that a combo deck can play hand traps. But it feels more linear Like, it has one goal and it does it. Whereas Adamantipator, like, yeah, it can set up the unbreakable board, but it could also just, like, throw a million, like, different ways to generate card advantage. Also, Block Dragon is just ignorant and probably the most broken currently legal card, so... Actually, I don't know about that. Link Cross is really fucking stupid. It depends on who you ask, Sonic. There are a lot of people who think that these are worse than the originals. And casually, I think you can make the argument. Like... I think you can make the argument that casually these games are inferior. I don't personally think so. I think they're just as good, if not better. Not everybody feels the same way. But like as speed games, they're definitely not inferior. As speed games, they are completely their own thing. And when people ask me which I prefer, I'm like, I say which ones I prefer, but I also say at the end of the day, they're really not comparable. Like you can't look at this and then look at OG Crash 1 and say like, oh, they're the exact same thing. Yeah, I think Link Cross is the actual... If it's not the most broken card currently legal in Yu-Gi-Oh!, it is the card that most needs to be banned. Like, you could probably argue that in a vacuum, Block Dragon is a stupider card, but Block Dragon only works for one deck. Link Cross is usable in, like, any deck that plays Link monsters, and it's supremely ignorant. That is not a bridge. Yeah, it's also like, I feel like, going off of what you said, Spark Hitty, that like, I feel like a lot of people, like, and this especially harkens back to every time I talk to anybody, why did it jump? Oh my god, dude. Every time I talk to anybody about like the jet ski or any of the vehicles in NST, like, a lot of the times they just like hate how it's different. And like I can't make someone like something if they think if they hate that it's different. Like, but they equate difference to it's bad, and I don't agree with that, because like if it was really like the horrible unplayable garbage that so many people claim, I wouldn't like to run the game. Like, I have like nearly 100% consistency. Hold on. Like, in levels like Ski Craze and Hot Cocoa, like, I'm supremely consistent at those levels. So if the jet ski was really as bad as those people are saying, like, that wouldn't be the case. It's not unplayable, it's just very different. You could argue it's worse, but you can't tell me it's, like, unplayable or, like, horrible and terrible. And so many people try to tell me that. I'm like, no, play the game more. Like, if you don't want to, if you don't like it and you don't want to play the game because of it, that's fine. But don't try to tell me that it doesn't work. Because it does. I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt in my mind that it works. And, like, I'll criticize the parts of NSC that I think deserve to be criticized. The jetpack is fucking garbage. The underwater fish mech is fucking garbage. The bounce mechanics and how every time you bounce off of something it's really slow, fucking garbage. So like, I'll criticize the game where I think it deserves it, but I will also defend the things that I think people criticize for no reason, or for not a good reason. They do, like, when you get to like the core physics, they do play very differently. And yo, Dub. Oh my god, I didn't think that would work. I'm so good. Oh, that's inevitable, Risky. Of course that's gonna happen. You're alive. Thanks for your luck.
Let's go!
Didn't I? I thought I... No, I didn't die in that. I was like, didn't I die in fumbling? No. Just based on the previews, you have high hopes. Same. I was absolutely blown away by that trailer. I was like, holy fuck, this looks good. Granted, I felt the same way about NST. Granted, when NST came out, I was blown away by how good I thought it was, so...
Coming through!
Thanks for those, Isaac. Thank you for the good luck. It's been going pretty well so far. If I remember correctly, my PB was like a train wreck for most of the run, but then I had like a good Stormy, and that was the only reason it PB'd. So this is definitely a very beatable run. Yeah, I like that they're sticking to the formula this time as opposed to trying to change it up. Like, I know I mentioned before that if I was like, if they were gonna change the formula in any way, I would like them to go like a Spyro approach where there's like a central hub, but then there's like wide open worlds to explore. But in hindsight, I'm kind of glad they just stuck to the linearity, because it kind of just lets Crash keep that niche he's well known and beloved for, which is just very tight linear, like tunnel based games. Because I feel like that's kind of rare in 3D platformers now. Oh my god, I went back into fucking... New Cortex will be interesting for sure. Your 90k is coming in? Nice. So I've got time to save in Road to Nowhere anyway. Do I think Toys for Bob was put the Spyro open world sound? No, because they've already said it's going to be linear. I'm sure they will make a new Spyro. I'd be very surprised if they didn't. Like, if they just let Spyro die after the Reignited Trilogy, I would be very, very shocked. You asked before I explain about it. Oh, okay. I should probably get them on the way in. Spyro is gone. Ted, you missed it. My Insanity Beach split for this category still also has the Crab Rave emoji, but instead of being called Crab Rave, it's just called NST is gone. Oh my god, Ted, I'm gonna ban you, even though you're a mod. How the fuck would you bring that up? I don't know about that one. That's fine, I'm gonna lose mask after this anyway. So you only need one mask for this damage reduce anyway. Or you can just do it. The funny thing is, I was thinking about it a few days ago, and I should figure out how to do this gem skip also. Like, you can skip the platform. I just don't know how to do it. On the whole, like, Crash 4 is sticking to the formula. I think, like, I see a lot of people when they criticize Twin Sanity, they criticize how different it is. And, like, it's definitely pretty different from, like, it has pretty significant differences from, like, the original games and Wrath of Cortex. But I feel like what made it work is that while it was different, it also still felt very similar. Like, it was still a very, like, it was quote-unquote open world, but in reality, it was a very linear game. It was a linear game in the similar sense to something like Uncharted, where it was, like, a seamless transition in a world that, like, seems open, but in reality, everything's linear. Like, it was that kind of linearity. It wasn't, like, level to level. Well, it was, but it was, like, seamlessly transitioning between levels, as opposed to truly being open world. And it still follows the style of, like, linear pathways and all that. Like, it feels like a Crash game. Like, yeah, there's some key differences. You don't have to break every box anymore. The gems are just, like, things you find hidden along the way. But that still feels like Crash. And that's why I think Twins works, even though they changed up the formula. So, like, when people tell me that, like, Twins was so different, I'm like, it was kind of different, but I don't really think it was incredibly different. It was, like, different enough to feel fresh, and it, like, despite the fact that it's not finished at all, it worked really well. And, like, the things we know about, like, what Twins was going to be and how ambitious that was, like, every time someone tells me, like, oh man, imagine if Twins had been finished, it would have been, like, so amazing. And, like, I used to think that, but the more I think about it, I was like, but would it have been so different that it just wouldn't have felt right? Like, maybe, like, from one perspective, maybe it would have been, like, absolutely jaw-dropping. Kind of like, you know, like, Breath of the Wild as a video game is absolutely jaw-dropping, and so many people love it. But then when you ask, like, hardcore, like, certain hardcore Zelda fans who really like the classic style of 3D Zelda games, with, like, Ocarina of Time and shit, and they're like, it's a good game, but it's not a good Zelda game. Like, I've heard that from several people. Like, I wonder if Twins would have ended up being like that. So, like, it would have been, like, it would have been loved by critics, but maybe not really loved by, like, the fan base. I don't know. We'll never truly know, because that game never happened. But it's just something to think about, I guess. But I do think, in spite of the fact that Twins is not anywhere close to a finished game, that, like, the fact that it came out as well as it did is really impressive. Like, honestly, like, it's definitely not a finished game, but, like, when I first played it casually, aside from the fact that, like, the plot has some plot holes, which I didn't even notice when I was younger, and the fact that it's a very short game, I never really noticed that it wasn't finished. Like, the game's very broken, but you won't notice that unless you, like, know it's broken and you're trying to break it. Like, I never knew how broken Twins was until I, like, read about it online and, like, watched speedruns. So in that case, I think as a casual game, it really pulled it off tremendously. Just wonder why they saw that people didn't like it as much as the OG Trilogy and still chose to change it even more, as if that would make it better. I think they saw that, like critically, Twins didn't do that well, but, like, among the fan base, Twins has always been a pretty popular game, at least with, like, a specific portion of the fan base. Like, Twins has always had its following, and I think they saw what people liked about Twins, and they gravitated towards that, but they didn't understand why people liked it. They saw that Twins did something differently. They saw that people liked the humor, and they saw, like, the, like, poking fun at itself. They saw that, but they did it poorly with, like, all the Radical games. It's kind of like, I've made this comparison before, but, like, you look at, like, what The Dark Knight did to, like, superhero films. Like, The Dark Knight is beloved because of how, like, realistic and mature and, like, it's a very dark take on Batman, which is already pretty dark. And it was, like, such a huge, like, that entire trilogy is such a huge contrast to, like, previous Batman films, which really played up the camp. So, like, people saw how The Dark Knight was successful, but they didn't understand why it was successful. So then you have like the entire DC EU where everything's like dark and gritty for the sake of being dark and gritty, but there's no like actual substance there. I'm saying this from an outsider's perspective because the only DC EU movie I've actually seen is Man of Steel, and I thought it was exceedingly average. I've heard like there are like certain DCEU movies that actually like avoid this. So like Wonder Woman is good. I've heard Aquaman is good. Shazam was pretty well received. So like it's not a thing that entirely plagues the DCEU, but like the more like critically panned DCEU films tend to get criticized for being like way too dark for like no reason, I feel. What is up, Ether? How are you doing, sexy man? Oh, we still come up with like new ideas and stuff, Sonic. I had an idea a few days ago that caused a small reroute in 108. It was like we swapped 2 levels, but it's a reroute and it saves a few seconds. You're living large? Hell yeah. Me too. I'm playing NST. Feels good. That seems better. Bouncing sucks. You should just avoid bouncing in this game. Oh my fucking god. I hate this. Oh, that was really close to death. You know that now since you're here, I'll mention it again. I've honestly like after grinding it for 1545, I've considered doing more Crash 1 Hundo. I was like honestly really enjoying it. Congrats on Marathon Best C1. That feel when I PB'd and didn't even get Marathon Best C2. I was still a minute off of Rabid. Rabid's time was fucking nuts though, dude. Like, holy shit. Man just casually shits out a 118. I feel like I should probably go for the second one here. Maybe. The second one seems more important, honestly. Like, I should probably just not get that mask in the uppity part of Native Fortress, like the one off to the side, Rabid Wombat Jr. Is that really what is fucking... What? Seriously? Is that what it's short for? The game gets even more fun the get. Yeah, like, I was really not enjoying it when I was, like, starting the D-Rust, and then when I started to get a feel for Crash 1 again, I was like, man, yeah, I remember why I really like this. Yeah, try not to spam that too much. Like, a couple times is great, but I would rather not see that often. It's just hard to follow chat when one post takes up, like, the entire space. Yo, this is good. There's definitely not 30 seconds left to this level. Yeah, it's some good golds. Good glods. This fly won't fuck off your screen. Rip. Ted, when are you gonna come to this and find upstream and jungle roller skip for us? We need it. Help us, Ted W. You're our only hope. I hate this game. Upstream, yeah. That's what I'm gonna do fucking right now for that death. Like, can you jump? Orange fuck. Jumping is banned 2020. Well, shit, I'm getting banned forever. No, it's up the frick. That's my up the creek spirit, and it will always be that. Same with Native Fortress, will always be native fuck this. Man, I wanted this invincibility. This invincibility is fucking... It's not a hard level! Dude, that's a bad death. What the fuck? Why is that such a big death? Does the orange gems look very strange? Yeah, sort of. The Crash 2 and 3 style gems are wonky looking sometimes. They work for Jaws of Darkness, because that's a wide gem anyway. God, that death is so long, dude! The magic muffin. You just like barely gain control with not enough time to make that, I feel. Oh, this is gross. Oh, I'm only gonna have 2 for jungle rollers. Well, not for the beginning. The second invincibility in jungle rollers, I think, matters more. I want to say. How the fuck do you lose 40 seconds in upstream? Apparently, I do. Okay, I can do this, Mrs. Puff. Oh, it's so hard. I can't believe I survived that. That broke even without the first invincibility, so you know, that makes me kind of sad. feeling I might want to lose this somewhere. Probably should have lost it there. What the fuck? Okay. Oh my god, dude. Fucking Stormy percent. Stormy antics. Oh, I misremoved. I thought that was a mask for some reason up there. All right then. That's fine. Truly big cock gamer. Shit, fuck. Oh, look at me. Fuck! That was me being an idiot. Oh, that's bad death. I thought the cycle was gonna fix itself. Like, I thought I had the cycle lined up and I didn't. So that death was my fault. But I'm still a big cock gamer. Oh, I could have made that. This should still be able to PB. A reminder to myself that, Reminder to myself that bringing one mask into this level is okay. For some reason I thought I didn't want any, but bringing one is fine. Actually, it's ideal. Actually, is it? I don't know. Have to look back at that. Yo, it's desynced. Yeah, no, they fixed the birds. Too bad they fucked these up. Look at this. Look how desynced this is. It's still fine. Thought it was an intentional hazard. I thought that was just a bug. Like a result of them just not fixing the level, or like fixing the level or finishing in time. I don't know. Imagine if they just kept it like OG and they kept the last bonus token there, so the bonus run is like literally at the end of the level. It's still gonna PB. Yo, can we Chad Gamer at 124? That'd be hype. Gotta go fast. I don't know if I trust corners. I don't think I can. Can I make that? I can probably make that. Oh well. Oh, I know I can make that. Woo!
And that's how it's done.
Look at that! Gaming. One's great hall prac. I probably should. I probably should. Hold on. Let me change my name so it's blue again. How do I do that? Switch to non-mod settings. Oh yeah, there we go. Change my color back to Dodger blue? Okay.